Hello everyone, so in my last video I talked briefly about why Rey is my favorite character in the sequel trilogy, and I want to talk a little bit more about her in this video because she just seems to be the topic of discussion amongst fans online, and surprised they're talking about who her parents are. This has been a topic of discussion even before The Force Awakens came out, and after The Last Jedi, people seem to still be debating whether or not this is the full truth about who she is. Some fans seem to think that Kylo Ren is lying to her, which I don't think he is. I have a whole video discussing that I'll link in the description below. And other fans seem to think that maybe J.J. Abrams is going to retcon this moment, and I hope he doesn't. I hope he just elaborates on this truth that Rey's parents are filthy drug traders, because a lot of fans just seem to forget that it's not Ren who tells Rey that her parents are nobody. It's Rey confirming to Ren that her parents are nobody. And all this debate on who Rey really is, and that group of fans are grasping on that little bit of hope that maybe she's still a Skywalker or a Kenobi. It reminds me of what I read about what the fan reaction was when Vader revealed that he was Luke's father when The Empire Strikes Back came out. A lot of people just in straight up denial, and maybe he's lying to Luke. Same excuse came up, and it just went as far as Lucas having to confirm it with Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi in The Return of the Jedi. And I'm not gonna lie, I was part of the group of fans that wanted her to be related to an OT character, and part of me still wants that Obi-Wan Kenobi connection. But after watching The Force Awakens, I really did think that Luke was Rey's father. I mean, it felt like the obvious answer to me, and several story beats within the movie kind of point in that direction anyways. I mean, there's a whole misdirect with Maz Kanata asking who's the girl, and of course, the Skywalker saber calling to her on Takodana. And at this point, I had grown to like the fact that Rey's parents are nobodies. I like that her lineage doesn't define who she is, and it brings back that feeling that anybody in the galaxy can be important, and not just certain descendants of a certain bloodline. Having this be an element of her character makes her journey so much more meaningful. She basically comes from nothing to becoming a very integral part of the fate of the galaxy, and Rian Johnson actually mentioned this being the only outcome that made sense to him. There's no situation that made sense narratively for having either Luke, Han, or Leia leaving her on Jakku. I mean, to have her go to Ahch-To and learning that Luke is her father and having all the answers just given to her, it would have just been too easy for her journey. The Last Jedi is full of lessons that our characters have to learn, and for Rey, her lesson is that she can't rely on others to give her the answers. It's up to her to find those for herself and forge her own path. And I'm well aware that all this can change in The Rise of Skywalker. I definitely think that J.J. Abrams was hinting at some sort of connection with an OT character in The Force Awakens, especially with Rey's Force vision. If you look back on that, Obi-Wan Kenobi is the only one that talks directly to her. And I really don't think you bring in Ewan McGregor to record lines or go as far as edit old Alec Guinness audio and not have this moment be of any importance to the character whatsoever. The only thing that has me questioning Rey's parentage is that this trilogy is a continuation of the Skywalker story, and this third movie is going to close off this chapter in the Star Wars universe, and Rey is our protagonist, so I'm really hoping that The Rise of Skywalker will really explain how she fits into the saga fully. Personally, I would love to see Abrams dive deeper into true balance in the Force. Johnson was exploring this with Rey and Kylo representing both the light and the dark. And if Abrams is going to redeem Ben Solo, I really hope it ties back into this idea of it balancing out the Force and have Rey play a major role in this and not necessarily have it be in a romantic sense. But at the end of the day, all I really want is a satisfying ending to this trilogy and to Rey's story arc. But that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, and share, and consider following me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe as we're talking anything and everything Star Wars, and be sure to hit the bell icon to be notified when a new video goes up. Thanks as always for watching, and may the Force be with you.